Okay guys, we're moving right along to biographical information. The first thing you're going to see is your name, the way that you put it into your profile section. If you need to change this for any reason, you're going to go back to your profile section by clicking this link. It's going to ask you if you want to go back and you can change it. I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to leave it as it is. The next question says, is there an alternate name that you have? So maybe you changed your name because you got married or you just didn't like your first name. If you do have a different name, you can go ahead and say yes, and then more questions will pop up. In the meantime, I'm going to say no because I don't have another name. Is there a preferred name? So like if you like to use your middle name instead of your first name, if you do have a preferred name, you're going to say yes, and then you're going to answer the question. If you don't, you're going to keep it at no. The next question is legal sex. So what is your legal sex? Like on a birth certificate, you can say male, female, non-binary. The next question will ask what you consider yourself. This is optional. So the first question is mandatory. You can see the red asterisk. The rest of the questions are optional under that. So you have 3 optional questions. What do you consider yourself? And you can report it here, or you can say decline to state. The next question is how do you describe yourself? How you describe yourself. You can also say decline to state. And the last question is how do you express your gender? And you can again say decline to state, or you can report something. So I'm going to go ahead and decline to state just to demonstrate that you can do that. Again, these are optional, so you can decline to state. The next question is information about your birth, and this you have to answer. So you give your date of birth. I made one up, the country you were born in, the city, the state, and the county. So you can see here I reported Santa Barbara City, California, the county of Santa Barbara. The next question, they may or may not apply to you. Okay, so the first one, foster care or a ward of the court, say yes or no. The next question wants to know if you were an emancipated minor, you say yes or no. The next question is time sensitive. So as of July 1st, 2019, did your high school or school district homeless liaison determine that you were an unaccompanied youth who was homeless or were self-supporting and at risk of being homeless? Yes or no. The next question is asking at the time, on or after July 1st, 2019, did the director of an emergency shelter or transitional housing program funded by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development determine that you were an unaccompanied youth who was homeless or were self-supporting and at risk of being homeless? And the last question for this section says, at the time, on or after July 1st, 2019, did the director of a runaway homeless youth basic center or transitional living program determine that you were an unaccompanied youth who was homeless or were self-supporting and at risk of being homeless? Yes or no. The last question on this page is the statewide student ID. No one remembers this that I know of. If you remember your California statewide student ID, go ahead and populate it. I don't remember it, so I'm going to leave it blank. Again, if you don't see a red asterisk, you're not required to answer the question, so you can just move on. So I'm going to click save and continue, and you will see that it let me move on. Now I'm going to move on to the next section. If you're ready to go to the next section with me, go ahead and watch the next video.